So we finally got confirmation on what games Square Enix will be showcasing at this year's TGS. Their lineup includes both Crisis Core Reunion, Ever Crisis, and the monolithic Power Wash Simulator. In all honesty though, Power Wash Simulator actually does look like a lot of fun, and the older I get, the idea of power washing becomes much more appealing to me. So omitted from this list and lineup is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as well as Final Fantasy XVI. And normally when Square releases their lineup for Tokyo Game Show, it's pretty definitive. So if I were you, I would temper my expectations and I would not expect them to suddenly drop surprise trailers on us for either of those games, as nice as that would be. Also not mentioned on this list is the long-rumored Final Fantasy IX Remake, which that game's reveal is going to be more of a coin toss than anything because, well, it hasn't even been officially announced yet, so Square could technically drop that on us at any point in time, so that one's going to be pretty exciting when it actually does happen. Square Enix's showcase will be taking place on September 16th at 10 p.m. Tokyo, Japan time, and it's said to be about 2 hours long, so I don't know how they're going to structure it. Maybe they open with Crisis Core Reunion, or maybe they end with it. I'm not really sure, but I believe that's about 14 hours ahead of my current time zone, so by the time I wake up the following morning, I'm hoping all of this information will have been out there so I can kind of gather it all and make an update video and release it here on the channel. Now before we go, one really interesting piece of news that managed to slip through the cracks recently, and this was pointed out thankfully by the wonderful Audrey on Twitter. Again, if you're a Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts fan, you should be following Audrey on Twitter. She's absolutely fantastic when it comes to covering these games, as well as translating interviews with a lot of the developers. But she noticed that Nomura stated during the most recent live stream for the first Soldier game that Crisis Core Reunion and Ever Crisis are actually slated to be released winter of this year. So it sounds like it's no longer a winter 2022-2023 situation. It looks like they're trying to get both of these games out by the end of this year, which is really cool. So potentially by the end of December, we could be playing Crisis Core Reunion, which is really exciting and is much sooner than I think any of us had anticipated. And before I end the video, if you guys could please check out this video I made about 2 years ago called The Impact of Music in Video Games. It's a video that I worked really hard on, and I really think it's one of the best pieces of content that I've ever made. And if you're a huge lover of music or video game music or Final Fantasy music for that matter, I think you should check this video out. I think you'll get something really nice out of this video. I'm pretty passionate about this subject. I love music, especially video game music, and how it's used in games and structured, and how wonderful it can really be. So I'll link to that video in the description, as well as one of the cards for the end screen of this video. If you guys could check that video out, leave some comments on it, click the like button, I would greatly appreciate all of that. With that being said, that is the video. I am Curious Corduroy. Please leave any thoughts you guys have in the comments down below. What do you think of this news, this definitive lineup for Tokyo Game Show and Square Enix? Are you excited? Are you hoping for any big surprises? Leave those in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next video, and please remember to always be excellent to one another.